Hello, my name is Ruben, and I'm very happy to talk to you a little bit about the philosophy and methods I follow in developing unique, engaging, and interesting learning journeys for each of my students and clients. I'm originally from Chicago, where I was raised by two educator parents who instilled within me a passion to be constantly curious, always be learning more or something new, and to put oneself into new experiences. In not knowing exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up, I was torn between the decision to follow my parents' footsteps and work in education or to go to business school. My interest in economics and the social dynamics that drive the business world eventually won out, and I decided to study international business and finance through a great program at Marquette University in America. This positioned me into the world of business while fulfilling my constant urge to keep wanting to work with others from around the world with very different perspectives and backgrounds from my own. As I continued to climb the corporate ladder in banking, I found myself more and more being drawn towards the job tasks that allowed me to mentor, teach, and lead others through carefully designed processes that allowed my partners and colleagues to thrive both on their own as well as within a team environment. I fell in love with process design, project management, and career development, and I was great at applying those passions to my work. Yet I never lost sight of that other job interest I had from before, which was working directly in education. A few years ago, I made the leap from one of America's largest banks to going into teaching directly, and I love what I do now more than before. All of the skills and experience I gained in working as a bank trainer, project and product manager, and operations manager have really helped me in transitioning back into being a teacher and career coach. Over the last few years, I have aided students of all ages and ability levels in becoming more confident and ready to showcase their English and interpersonal communication skills, and ultimately in meeting the goals that they set out with me. I'm a firm believer in setting and resetting goals in order to develop and shift a clear pathway to meeting them. I do this through careful assessment and analysis around the needs of each student, matching those needs to the goals, and focusing on a process designed to keep students engaged and interested in the content and focus to meet those goals. Some of my favorite methods of teaching also match my personal interests. For example, there's nothing better to me than being outside and being active. I love to go for long bike rides, hikes, and even walks through my new hometown of Narbonne, France, and the surrounding villages, countryside, mountains, and beaches. I've recently developed teaching sessions that get my students out into nature, either through walking, hiking, or biking, where they're listening, speaking, and absorbing material while being physically active. I've found that this kinesthetic learning process works well for many students. And besides learning, we all get a nice bit of fresh air and get the blood flowing. On top of that, we share in the experience of working together, getting some sunshine or even the occasional drops of rain, which is still nice to experience. And probably most importantly, learning and sharing from one another. I believe in the power of repetition and layering to ensure that what initially gets learned in language can be produced later on through writing and speaking that new content. So I'm very careful in the design of my classes and sessions to ensure these new items are used by the learner so they stick in their brains. Overall, my passions for learning from others who come from different backgrounds, being out in nature, the satisfaction of seeing and feeling the growth experienced by my students following their learning path drives me forward every single day. I really enjoy the work I do, and I look forward to speaking to anyone willing to work with me and interested in getting to know me. I hope to speak to you soon.